when inductor, capacitor, and resistor are connected in series combination across what now alternating. Like how it is an inductor. This is indication of inductor and capacitor and what now resistor are connected in what now series combination across what now alternating EMF. This is alternating EMF, we are connected. Okay. The potential difference across inductor is how much? 70 volt. Here it is potential difference 70 volt. And here it is how much now? Across capacitor 30 volt. And across what now? Across resistor is how much now? 30 volt again. Now find the EMF of source, we need to find out. It is just like, you know, so when you are doing a phasor diagram, this solution you are doing the phasor diagram. This solution when you are doing, this is a phase angle phi. This is what we call VL minus VC. This is what we call VR, and this is V, right? Okay, this is O. Let me give A and B. What we get V as square root of VL minus VC whole square plus VR square, and they are going to simplify this I into Z, and this is we are going to simplify. Finally, we get an equation for Z is equal to square root of XL minus XC whole square plus R square. Okay, but we don't want this impedance now. We want voltage drop. So I'm going to take this equation here. V equal to square root of VL minus VC whole square plus VR square. See, this is for only for AC. Sir, what about if it is DC current is there here? For DC will be what formula just? I'm going to write here. Okay, let me write here. For DC, it is just V equal to what now? VR plus VL plus BC, sum of all the voltage for DC current. Okay, for AC, you need to use this formula. So let us insert these values now. VL. VL is how much is given? Voltage drop across inductor 70 minus VC, voltage drop across capacitor 30 and its square plus VR, voltage drop across what now? Resistor 30 square. It will become square root of 70 minus 30. It will be what now? 40. 40 square is how much? 1600 plus 30 square is how much? 900. So it will become what now? Square root of 2500. It will become 50. That is potential drop across what now? Across the source now. How much is there? 50 volt is there. So what is the option? First option is correct. Now it is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. Yes, let us move on to the next question then. Okay, when I'm teaching you, if you did not get me, you please ask me while teaching only. Sir, this question we didn't get. Can you repeat? I'll repeat. This step we didn't get, sir. Can you repeat a step? I'll repeat the step. Okay. Yes. Now, in a step up transformer, what should come to your mind when they said step up transformer? Number of turns in primary coil will be less than number of turns in secondary coil. Okay, that you need to come to mind. The ratio of turns in primary to secondary. So it is NP by NS. Primary to secondary is how much? 1 by 10, that given. And primary voltage is how much? 230 volt. Primary voltage, let's say VP, that is 230 volt. And load current means what? Output current it is. Output current means what? A secondary current, IS. So IS is how much is given now? It is 2 ampere. Then current in the primary we need to find out. IP we need to find out. So we can take directly the relation between this what now? This relation, I think you remember. NP by NS equal to VP by VS. That is equal to what now? IS by IP. Now I'm going to take first and last relation. Okay, first and last relation I'm going to find to use now. We never use voltage now. Let's see now. So it will become what now? NP by NS equal to IS by IP. I need to find out current in a primary coil. That is a question mark to us. So it will become what now? IP equal to NS by NP into IS. Correct? Okay. NS by NP. So NP by NS is 1 by 10. Then what about NS by NP? It is 10 by 1, right? So it is 10 by 1 into IS is how much is given? 2 ampere is given. So it will become what now? 20 ampere. So current in the primary how much? 20 ampere. Current in the secondary how much is now? 2 ampere. Of course, it is what type of transformer? Step up transformer. Because current is decreasing, voltage must increase. Okay, voltage must increase. But we don't want voltage here now. They didn't ask me the question. If they ask, you need to find out using what relation? Using this relation. Okay, so option, which option is correct now? Option number 1 is correct. That is 20 ampere. Okay, so the question is clear to all of you now? Lakshmi and Revant?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we'll move on to next question now. I hope that you're following and you're copying that. Question number 15. In a transformer, the number of turns in a primary is 140. So I'm going to write number of turns in primary how much? 140. And that in the secondary how much? 280. Means number of turns in secondary is how much? 280. If the current in primary is 4 ampere, current in primary is how much now? 4 ampere. Then the secondary current is how much? Again, same formula. NP by NS equal to IS by IP. Remember one hint. Whenever you take NP and NS and IS and IP, take reciprocals. And voltage and current are reciprocal. But when you take voltage and turn ratio, they are directly proportional. Okay. So this is the thing. So using this relation, you can find out what we get now. We need to find out secondary current IS. Then what is IS? It is NP by NS into IP. So NP by NS, it is 140 divided by 280 into IP is 4 ampere. So it is going to cancel 2 times, right? It is going to cancel 2. So you get what now? 2 ampere you get. What is the option? Second option. So now tell me from this, current is 4 ampere in primary. Secondary current is 2 ampere. Current is decreasing. Then voltage must increase. Then what type of transformer it is? Step up transformer. Or else, look at now, primary ratio 140, secondary ratio 280. Then it is must step up transformer. Okay, that you need to identify. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 16. The number of turns in the primary and secondary winding of the transformer are given here. So it is number of turns in primary, let's say NP. It is number of turns in secondary, NS. If 200 DC voltage is impressed across the primary terminal, what type of voltage? DC voltage. Okay, impressed means we are supplying to the primary terminal. Okay, if I look at transformer, how it look like transformer? So there is a if you remember the picture of transformer. Okay, so this is what we call now, this is core, iron core it is. Okay, we're going to do iron winding. So on this middle core, so this is primary, okay, or we can say input, and output we are going to wrap on the same thing. We get output, and input must be given what? It must be given AC only. So apart from AC, sir, if I give DC voltage, what will happen? As a DC voltage is steady current, it is steady flow will be there. Since there is a steady flow, change in flux is how much? d phi by dt. Rate of change of flux is how much? 0. As rate of change of flux is 0, as per Faraday's law, induced EMF how much, sir? 0. If there is no EMF is inducing here, then how can we get an output, sir? Yeah, whether are you following me or not? See, if you send DC current, there is no change in flux because it's steady flow. Flux changes become zero. As flux change becomes zero, as per Faraday law, the induced EMF becomes zero. There is no induced EMF means how can we get an output? So simply without any calculation, the voltage across the secondary terminal is how much now? Zero. Directly you can write without any calculation. Okay, so is that clear now? That is voltage across output for a DC. If it is AC, then it is different thing. Then you're going to get something else, something on different answer. Okay. Yes. This is question number what now? Question number 16. Let's say question number 17. The number of turns in a primary and secondary coils are given here. This is number of turns in primary, let's say NP, and it is in secondary, let's say NS. If the current in the primary coil is 4 amperes, so let's say IP, the current in secondary coil, same formula. NS by NP equal to IP by IS. So we want what now? Current in secondary means IS we want. Then IS equal to what now? NP by NS into IP. So NP, how much is given? 50. NS 200. What type of transformer it is? Step down or step up it is? Step up transformer into IP current. How much? 4 ampere. So you are going to cancel. So you get 1 ampere. So first option is correct. Okay, 17 question, answer number 1. 18 question. It is again transformer has a ratio 1500 in a primary call, so it is NP. And 1125 turns in secondary call, let's say it is what now? NS. If the voltage in a primary call is 200, voltage in what now? Primary call VP, and the voltage in secondary call. I'm giving you as an what now? Assignment. Again, same formula. What formula? NP by NS equal to VP by VS. Remember from this formula, NS by NP equal to VS by VP, that is equal to IP by IS. So if you remember this formula, you get a maximum things. Okay. Yes, I'm leaving this one. You can find the answer for this using this relation. Okay. Yes, let us move on to the next question now. 19th question. An inductance of 1 millihenry, inductance L it is, and charged capacitor of capacitance 1 microfarad, C, capacitance is 1 microfarad, 10 microfarad, are connected across each other. Okay, see now, it is LC. L and C is there. It is what type of circuit it is? Do you remember tank circuit? Tank circuit. What is tank circuit? Like this it is. An inductor connected to what now? And capacitor. Okay, with the what now? With the help of battery. In which topic it is? LC oscillation. Do you remember this topic? LC oscillation is that topic it is. Connected across each other. The resonating frequency, angle of frequency means we need to find what now? Omega. What is the resonating angle of frequency here? That is omega. We proved there F equal to 1 by 2 pi root LC. That is what frequency we want, omega, right? 2 pi will send this side. It is become what now? 2 pi F equal to 1 by root LC. 2 pi F means omega. Omega equal to 1 by root LC. So that is omega is what now? Resonating angle of frequency. If they ask you linear frequency, you need to find F. Angle of frequency, you need to find omega. So I need to find omega. I'm going to take equation omega equal to 1 divided by square root of LC. That is equal to 1 divided by square root of L is how much? 1 millihenry. So I'm going to write 1 into 10 power minus 3 because there is a milli. Milli means 10 power minus 3 multiplied by capacitance. It is 10 microfarad. So 10 into 10 power minus 6. Okay, because micro means how much? 10 power minus 6. So I need to simplify this. It is 1 divided by square root of 1 as 10 into 10 power minus 9. So it will become what now? 1 divided by 10 power minus 4. After simplifying root, it will become what now? To the numerator 10 power 4. What's the unit? Radian per second. That is the second option is correct. 10 power 4 radian per second. That is the unit of what now? Okay, that is the value of resonating angular frequency. So this is a question from which topic? LC oscillation. In LC oscillation, what else we know? Energy is going to transfer from inductor to capacitor, and again back to what now? Inductor, and this will continue. Okay, and of course some energy will be lost because of the resistance of the coils. Okay, resistance of the coil some is going to happen. So when this is happening, when energy was exchanging, so it is going to happen with a frequency of how much? F equal to 1 divided by 2 pi root of LC. Okay, that is the frequency formula. So this is this LC oscillation or LC circuit. This L and C, also what we call tank circuit. The name is given to the tank circuit. Okay, storage of energy. So in the inductor, it's going to store what now? Magnetic energy. And in capacitor, it's going to store what now? Electrical energy. Of course, this will happen when you close the key. When the key was open, nothing will happen. So first we fully charge the capacitor and then we connect the inductor and we close the circuit. Okay. Yes, that is the question number 19. Let's move on to the next question now. Question number 20. An inductor of inductance 100 millihenry, L it is connected in series with a resistance and variable capacitance and AC source of frequency, how much? This much. The value of capacitance so that the maximum current, so look at here, the word given key point, maximum current may be drawn from the circuit. So it is simply a LCR circuit because inductor is there, resistor is there, capacitor is there. So now we know formula for current I equal to Z divided by, not Z, V divided by square root of XL minus XC whole square plus half. So for maximum current, for what now? For maximum current, the denominator term is this denominator decrease. So but we cannot remove circuit element. What we can do? We can just make as XL is equal to XC. So this is what we call resonance condition. So from this we can find that what now? Frequency formula. Now here what need to find out now? The frequency is given to us. Inductance is given to us. We need to find how much now? Capacitance we need to find out. I'm going to take frequency F equal to 1 divided by 2 pi square root of LC. So I'm going to square it on both sides. F square equal to 1 divided by 4 pi square times of LC. We want C, right? Then C equal to 1 divided by 4 pi square F square L. Now we are going to use this equation now. C equal to 1 divided by 4 pi square into F square, that is 2 into 10 power 3 because K is there. K means 10 power 3. So it is 2 into 10 power 3 whole square multiplied by L, that is 100 millihenry, 100 into 10 power minus 3. So this is one now. So let us simplify this. What are we going to get this value finally? Tell me. So we are going to simplify this. We are going to find finally as 63.31 into 10 power minus 9 farad. That is the capacitance you are going to get. Okay, so this also can be written as what now? 63.31 nanofarad. So look at now which option is correct now. So third option is correct, 63 nanofarad. Okay, 63 nanofarad. That's the third option is correct. Okay. Yes, this question is clear now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, let us move on to the next question now. Question number 21. The magnetic field energy in an inductor changes from maximum value to minimum value. Means coming from maximum to 0 or minimum value in what? 5 milliseconds. Time is given how much now, students? Time is given 5.0 milliseconds. Milli means how much? 5.0 into 10 power minus 3 seconds, right? Okay. When connected to what? AC source, they are asking frequency formula. They given time period, nothing else is given. So now what we start thinking? We start thinking this way. So frequency is given by 1 by 2 pi root LC. Okay, this formula is not applicable. Okay, I'll go for energy density. Energy density equal to what now? It will be B square by 2 mu naught. Okay, this is not applicable. Like we go on thinking. So no need to go for all these formulas now because time period is given. Then we know frequency is equal to 1 by time period. Frequency is reciprocal of time period. So time period is given to us. We use the equation now. It will become 1 divided by 5 into 10 power minus 3. So it will become what now? 0.2 into 10 power 3 hertz. Now we simplify this. We multiply 10 power 3. It will become 200. The option, third option is correct. Okay, that is frequency. How much we got now? 200 hertz. We got it. That's the thing. Okay, simple thing it is. No need to go for these formulas right now. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 22. In the following LCR circuit, when driven by the EMF source of angular frequency is 70 kilo radian per second, means omega is given 70 kilo means into 10 power 3 radian per second. The circuit effectively behave like. So now this is given here. This is the inductor of inductance, capacitor of capacitance, resistor of resistance. So now whether it is RC circuit, RL circuit, or pure resistive circuit, or LC circuit with R equal to 0, we need to decide. So I am going to tell you the concept here. Remember, whenever this type of question will come, try to find XL and XC. Okay. So first case, if XL is greater than XC, then this is what type of circuit is? It is LR circuit. Okay, sir. What if XC is greater than XL? Then it is CR circuit or RC. What I can say? RC circuit or CR circuit. Or can say like this also RC circuit. That's not an issue. Okay. Sir, what about if XC is equal to XL? If both are equal, this is what we call pure resistive circuit. Pure resistive circuit. Okay, so you need to remember these 3 points. Which one is greater than that you need with RL resistor. So RLR circuit means nothing but what now? RC, RL. Okay, LR means RL, both are same. Now we need to intentionally find out what now? Which type of circuit? We need to find XL and XC. Which one is greater? Which one is lesser? We need to find out. If both are equal, not an issue. We go for the first option, pure resistive circuit. Okay, so let us say find first XL. XL formula is what now? Omega L. Omega is given directly already. Going to convert to frequency, linear frequency. It is 70 into 10 power 3 into inductance L is given how much now? 100 micro Henry. 100 into 10 power minus 6. It will become what now? So this is 70 into 10 power. This is going to cancel 10 power minus 4. It is minus 1. So it will become 7 ohm. XL we got how much? 7 now. Let's find XC now. XC is 1 by omega C. It is 1 divided by omega is 70 into 10 power 3. In capacitance 1 microfarad, 1 into 10 power minus 6. So if we simplify this, 1 divided by 7 into 10 power minus 3 minus 2. So it will become how much? 100 by 7. So what will get the value of 100 by 7? You'll get 14.2. 14.2. So we got, this is what now? XC. Now clearly from this, we'll get to know which one is greater. XC is greater than XL. Yes or no? So since it is XC is greater than XL, it is what type of circuit it is now? Look at this data given. XC greater than XL. What type of circuit it is? RC, RCR circuit. Both are same. So which option is correct now? RC circuit. Third option is correct. Okay, it will act like what now? RC circuit. Okay, so this is pure resistive answer it is. This is when we take with different color. This is XL equal to XC. And RL circuit is what condition, sir? XL is greater than XC. Sir, what about the series LC circuit with R is 0? There's no option, sir, like that. Now, as of now, okay. As per the given data here now, there is no option like that. So series LC circuit with resistance is 0 because it's not possible now because there is a resistance 10 ohm. Okay, we cannot remove the resistance from the circuit now. Okay, that's not possible now. Yes. So question number 22 is clear now. Can we move on to the next question?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Look at question number 23. Lakshmi, whether I am audible or not? Audible, right? An alternating EMF is given to us. Let us write EMF. How much EMF is given? E equal to 200 sine 100 pi t. Okay, applied across the capacitance how much C, that is equal to 2 microfarad. They're asking you capacitive reactance and peak current. Now capacitive reactance means XC we need to find out, and the peak value of current we need to find I naught. Now in this equation, if I write this equation in a normal way, the EMF E is given by E naught times of sine omega t, correct? Where E naught is what we call 200 now. That is E naught is 200 volt. That finger. Okay. Now we know from Ohm's law, V equal to current into resistance. So since it is only what now? A pure capacitive circuit, only capacitor is there. Okay, then I can write now. The EMF drop is there, E naught. This E naught is equal to current. How much is there now? Current into this resistance is what we call I naught, and the resistance XC. So E naught 200, I'm going to insert 200 equal to I naught. We need to find what is peak value of current. Okay, I naught not given, right? I naught is not given. We need to find out I naught also. XC also not given. These two are pending now. Okay, since these two are pending, how can we use directly that relation now? Okay, we cannot use, no? Yes, we cannot use, right? Then what we can do now? First, let us find out this capacitive reactance. To find capacitive reactance, what else we need now? Look at now. So XC is omega 1 by omega C. Okay, so now let us find this first XC, and then we go for using that. We are going to continue. Let's find XC now. XC, what is the formula? 1 by omega C. Omega, how can we get from here? This is the value of omega, right? Yes or no? This is the value of omega. So that is equal to 1 by omega 100 pi into capacitance is given 2 microfarad. So it will become what now? 1 divided by 2 pi into 10 power minus 4. So 1 divided by 2 pi into 10 power minus 4. So I need to simplify this one. I'm going to simplify, and I'm going to take 2 to the numerator. It will become what now? 0.5 into 10 power plus 4 divided by 5. 5 I'm keeping as it is now. Okay, now I'm going to shift one decimal place by multiplying 10. It will become what now? 5 into 10 power plus 3 divided by 5. So this is a value of what now? X. Look at the options now. So first we need to find capacitive reactance we got. So this is the wrong answer. This is wrong. This is wrong. First option is correct. First option is what now? 5 to 10 power 3 by 5. Of course, it is a unit of capacitive reactance is how much ohm. Okay, no need of further calculation. But still, we want to find peak value of current uses relation now. So I not we need to find out. Into XC we got to know. How much we got on XC? 5 into 10 power 3 divided by pi. Now pi will come this side. So I not equal to 200 pi divided by 5 into 10 power 3. So it is going to cancel like one time. So it will be 4 into 10 power minus 2 because here 10 power minus 2 will come numerator 5. That is ampere. So it is what now? I naught. So that is the option you got. So what is the correct answer now? Correct answer is option number 20. Okay, option number A. First option. Okay. Let us go for next question now. Question number 24. The question number 24 is asking a series LCR circuit connected to a source of alternating voltage 50 volt and the potential difference is how much now? Across the inductor and capacitor. This is across inductor VL and this is across capacitor VC. And potential difference across what now? Resistor. Okay. So it is again same formula we're going to use. I told you already. The potential drop across the alternating source is given by what now? Square root of VL minus VC whole square plus VR square. Okay, this is a formula we want to insert the values now. Here I'm going to take V square is equal to VL minus VC whole square plus VR square. You need to insert these values now. Here given now V equal to 50 and VL equal to 90 and VC equal to 60. Insert these values. Find what now? Find the VR. So I'm leaving this question to you people. Okay. Yes, using this relation. Yes, next question now. So in a series LCR circuit contain, okay, inductance is given. Inductance is how much? L, 5 millihenry. Capacitance is given C, 2 microfarad. Resistance is given R. The frequency of AC source is varied. What is the frequency at which maximum power dissipated? See here, again, maximum power means the current must be maximum. When current is maximum, okay, power is maximum, right? We need to get max. So power maximum is what will happen to current, then current also become what now? Max. When current is max, when Z is minimum. When Z is become minimum, when XL equal to X. When XL equal to XC, what we can get? Frequency formula 1 by 2 pi root LC. So if you use this equation, L is given, R is okay, C is given. Use this relation and find out frequency. This again I am leaving as an assignment. You got it now? Power is maximum is current must be maximum. When current is maximum, impedance become less. Z stands for impedance. When impedance become less, that is XL equal to XC. XL equal to XC means frequency how much you get? 1 by 2 by root LC. So using this relation, you can find the frequency. Okay, it is asking KCET. Similar questions will be there. Like there is one more question in KCET. So the average power dissipated is how much given? 2 watt. Okay, P average. The current flowing through the circuit is how much? 2 ampere and impedance is 1 ampere, 1 ohm. Then the power factor they ask. Again, the formula for power factor, that is I square Z into cos. I think you know power factor in the power in the case of DC, it is I square into R, right? Similarly, it is I square into Z is impedance multiplied by power factor cos phi. We need to find power factor. Power is given 2 watt, right? So cos phi we want to calculate. It has become P by I square times of Z. P is how much? 2 watt. The current is how much? I square has become 4 into Z1. It will become what now? It will become 1 by 2 means 0.5. What is the option? First option. That is 0.5 is a power factor. So if they ask you phase angle, it will become cos inverse of 1 by 2. What is the cos inverse of 1 by 2? It is 30 degree. Or you can say pi by 6. If they ask you phase angle. Okay. So this is about students alternating current, few important questions for the point of examination. So sit and practice many possible questions. So practice is only the way for us. Okay. So for today, thank you so much to all of you.